I took the decision to retitle the series from the Rhódani Chronicles to Tales of the Rhódani, as I felt it not only just sounds better to my ears, but also allows us the opportunity to do more than just have one single set series within the world. So we'd have Tales of the Rhódani being the overarching title, and then the different series and stories that we tell would fall under that with their own little subtitle. Campaign 4 is officially going by the name of Tales of the Rhódani Starfall. It's set around 12 years after the events of the end of Campaign 3, and from the very beginning, you'll see a huge tonal shift from what came before. We've got some returning faces as well as some new ones, which is wonderful. We also have every player utilizing some brand new homebrew material within their character, whether it be species or class. There's something brand new there that's never been seen before.
I play Saoirse Underroot, my lovely little fluffy pal. Yes, I'm coming back as a feline again, except a different kind of feline this time. Instead of taking on one of our lovely homebrew classes, I am taking on one of QJ's homebrew races. I'm playing a Wiscari, which is basically our reflavored version of what Feronia was. So Saoirse is the leader of a small troop of Wiscari who have basically been traipsing around and trying to survive this whole time between the wild ones winning and whatnot. She's a teacher of sorts, a leader of many the many kind of farlings that they have. All she kind of really wants is just to kind of look after people and do the whole fighting evil. And also, I've taken a hankering to playing an older character this time, which is quite nice. I feel like I'm trying to grow into my characters now. I'm really excited to go back into playing a cleric again, a different type of cleric. And yeah, it'll be a good time.
I play Calgos Ironwake, the Goliath Path of the Titanbane barbarian. His special skills include being your pal. He has a passion for baking. He has a love of life, given that he spent most of his time growing up in a Goliath-based city where everything was kind of built to his height and more. His biggest challenge, without spoiling anything, is looking for places to sit, because not a lot of chairs or furniture in general are built to accommodate a Goliath of his size.
I play Lottie Bell Cora Bloom, and if you know me, you will know where that name came from. If you call her Lottie Bell, she will probably knife you or throw magic in your face, one or the other. She is a tiny little gnome and we love her to death, but she is a celestomancy wizard. Lottie is this little ball of hope, I think, is the best way to describe this little gnomie, who may or may not have some crazy things going on with the other one, Magebreaker. I'm in trouble. Help! Help!
I play Talus Boloft. She is a human fighter, and she's also a fun little Rhodania original Magebreaker, which we have yet to really discover about her. You guys will know, but her party doesn't yet, so that's very exciting. Surely nothing will come of that. It'll be great. But she's just a regular human goofball. She's in her edgy era right now, not very pleasant to hang out with. Some may call her a bad person. Others may describe her as a murderer. She's got a lot on her plate right now, but I think she's exciting to watch unfold. I'm eager to see more of her.
Jorak is a mischievous, naive hill dwarf who in the past was a rambunctious thief. He's eventually been caught by the Wild Ones when he tried to rob a jewelry store. After several years in confinement, he's vowed to change his ways, but he's kind of struggled to find purpose. This campaign's kind of focusing around him finding that purpose, notably divine purpose, as he faces the trials and tribulations of being what is known as a Jovial, a follower of Elenara, one of the homebrew gods of Rhódania. She is the goddess of the hearth, and her entire thing is, spread light, spread joy, and something which he's hopefully going to do.
The first few sessions have been an immense joy to run. It was perfectly clear from the moments before we hit record for the first time that this group was special. They bring out the best in each other as performers and players, and absolutely keep me on my toes.
I think what I've really enjoyed the most out of the sessions we've had so far is the stark differences. It's been really great being able to kind of see a peek behind the curtain of each character. I really am quite curious to see where the rest of the story goes. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing.
How we all ended up finding each other after the events of the first episode was kind of interesting. Unexpected arc for Cal. I didn't think he'd have so much social anxiety, but that's what happens when pieces of the player bleed over to the character, so it's something I can play rather well.
The first couple episodes have been pretty baller, if I do say so myself. Watching everybody come into their own little moment, and the first episode is probably my favorite thing that we've done so far. The way that you get introduced to all of the characters and how everybody has this special little moment before you even see them in the present is just so cool. If you like how Dimension 20 starts their campaigns, you're going to love how we started ours this time. So, just throwing that out there. As far as Lottie goes, Lottie is a simp. You'll figure it out. She's a simp for very strong women. Women. She loves them.
I just love seeing the way everyone's interacting. And my character, of course, is a bit of she's a thorn on the rose, really. She's a bit of a prickle and a disruptor to what normally would be a very easy adjustment period for a group of people who are typically, everyone's rather pleasant and kind and happy to be there. We got the Concordant Jubilee going on, which is very exciting. And most people are there to celebrate. Talus is not. So her direction has been wholeheartedly disrupted by this merry band of folk that she also knows a few members of. As the player of Talus, I'm having a blast, but I'm sure Talus is having the worst day of her life. So playing that is a challenge, but a very fun one. I love it.
It started off quite full steam ahead. We've had several big roleplay moments, which already I've loved. There's relationships forming, being rediscovered throughout the party. I've also been able to do some juicy things with the Paladin Rogue multiclass that I wasn't expecting to be able to do till quite far into the campaign. I haven't got a subclass yet. I'm still working towards that with Jorak, but already I feel like he's got the identity and, I've been able to really push forward that he's got this past and he's working towards this different future. And there's a lot already forming. It's absolutely amazing.
I made a point of making sure that this story opened up very differently to what came before. I have a habit of telling stories that are quite dark and brutal and gritty, but I felt like it would not only be nice for a change, but also give me a bit of a challenge to flip that and have a more positive focus on the story. I wanted the main theme of at least this opening arc to be hope. And hope can mean a lot of different things to different people.
So I was very fortunate that I debuted in Campaign 3. So I learned a lot during then. But I really feel like with Campaign 4, I'm kind of being reintroduced to D&D and just to kind of actual plays all over again. So I feel very grateful for that honor.
Honestly, there's a lot that still hasn't been revealed yet as far as the lore goes. And from someone who has had to endure the wait to understand so many reveals in campaigns before. The wait may seem long, but from the perspective of the lore keeper, it's worth it. Every time it's worth it because it's never really what you'd expect. And I think that's one of the best things about it is just how these reveals can take you by surprise, especially with how much care and consideration I think has been put into every aspect of this homebrew and how it's been in development for months and months, and yet it feels like no time has passed at all. But suddenly we've got this great big world on our hands that kind of takes 5e and expands it beyond what you'd typically see in a character sheet.
I mean, homebrew, man, what can I say? It's close to my heart. We've made some awesome stuff. We've made some bonkers stuff as well. And we've made some stuff that I'm excited to see how it actually works because, there's limited playtesting going into this campaign. So we are essentially playtesting it by playing it. It's a process for sure. There's homebrew races, homebrew spells, homebrew classes, subclasses. Viewers are going to see a whole plethora of things that they haven't seen before and aren't likely to see anywhere else.
I'm incredibly blessed to be sitting at this table with a bunch of nerds that are some of my closest friends. I love looking forward to ending my workday on Monday and then just chilling with my nerds and telling a story because, we're telling a story. Yes, we're entertaining, but we're entertaining ourselves. We get to sit around and roll dice with our friends and be nerds. And whether we're flirting with them, whether we're besties with them, whether we're antagonistic, it's so much fun because every single person fits little pieces of themselves. So you can still see the little piece of Molly letting through Tally, and you can see Bridget and Cal, and you can see Mai and Saoirse. And Artie, let me just say, Artie's dwarf is freaking dope, and I love him so much. I was not expecting to like Maddie as a person. Like, I love everybody's characters. Like, I knew little pieces of backstories and things, but I had no idea that I was like, man, I want Duroc to be my bestie. Like, I 100% want that dwarf drinking with me in my personal life. Like, I freaking love him so much.
One of the joys of us pre-recording our content now is that when we get into the editing stage, we can do so much more. We've always loved streaming live and being able to include the audience in certain ways and bounce off their energy, but unfortunately we were also battling a ton of technical difficulties, which would have an impact on us just as much as the content we were making. That's not to say we'll never do live content again. We absolutely will at some stage. It's just not our focus for the time being. We've also taken on the challenge of upping our game when it comes to overlay design, since we got the Crit Award for Best Overlay this last year. And to do that, we're trying to get more creative than just having a really nice static overlay. You'll get what I mean when you see it.
I think we've got the potential for some really like rich storytelling, the kind of memories that I think will last like long after like the last session. I think it's the kind of table experiences that a lot of people like would really hope would be some of their first. Also just the art. Every scene art, it's just immaculate every time. And so I wanted to hype up Molly for that.
This is my first immersion into Rhódania, which is very exciting. And it's the first like long-term campaign I've ever been a part of. And being one of the artists on the team is very exciting. Debuting some of the way that the characters look and the way that the classes are being displayed and shown is so cool and such an honor. And seeing the way that Patch is making my artwork interact with the story is so cool. How these overlays are interacting with the artwork is very cool. You know, everyone has such a deep, integral understanding of their own characters, which makes interacting with each other that much more enriching and so easy to stay in character and be in character with these people, not just in a storytelling way, but in a way that's like fun because it is a game. Like, we are telling a story and this is entertainment, but this is still like just hanging out with our friends as well. So it's really just a really fun thing to do.
I feel like there's a few different areas that I really want to try and hype up. First area from being like video producer, video production kind of side. I mean, the other overlays were incredible, but I still can't go over the beautiful, gorgeous color work and just the graphics and the art as well, made by lovely Molly. She's able to capture the characters probably better than how I would imagine capturing Saoirse to myself. So if you're a bit of a sucker for video production and the art side, you got it covered. If you're looking for intuitive performances, you're looking for people who are really in depth with their character, who are able to kind of work with each other, see what's happening in the other. This is when my Nubby actor side comes out and is really just great character moments between and scene moments. If you're looking for a campaign where you're a bit of a lore junkie, or if you're really into like homebrew, I think you're really gonna be completely stuffed by the end of this.
It is so cool seeing Molly take the moments that mean so much in the session and then seeing it in the way that Patch does the overlay. Honestly, he's award-winning for a reason, but his overlays this season are just chef's kiss. I think you're going to be really impressed with the quality of the production that has gone into Campaign 4. Not that every campaign that any of these people sitting at my table have been a part of are not just sparks flying beautifully, wonderfully done. But there's something special about this one. And I think it's everything. I think it's everybody that's at this table. I think that it is the fact that we took our time developing our characters, sitting down before we ever sat at this table. We took the time and the care and are delving into a world that some of us are revisiting, whether it was guest appearances or full cast members from Rhódani 3. Some of us touching base in the world for the first time, but everybody gets to play something special with everybody having the different little pieces of the homebrew, and I think it's going to be really cool for everybody to see what comes out of it.
Whilst everyone was jumping at the chance to join the table, when I was asked, I was very hesitant. Mostly because I wasn't in a good headspace and I don't know how to say no. And also, I was burnt out. Like, nobody's business. I was at a point where I was like, no, I need to take a break. I need to take a fucking break. I need to take a fucking break. But part of me feels like the more we played campaign 3, like we hadn't played in a while. And when we finally got back, that itch was finally getting scratched. Plus, you know, there were so many questions that still and have been left unanswered about Feronia/Elsitch's past and the Wiscari people. And as hesitant as I was to come back as another little, like, feline fuck up, something about the Wiscari made me feel a little bit more confident and sure in myself, because, to be honest, like, Patch allowed me to kind of work a lot of, like, my ideas into some of the lore, and, like, I feel very free with Saoirse and more assured of myself. Being able to sit at this table feeling a lot more confident rather than every session beforehand thinking, oh my God, I'm going to fuck things up. Even though as soon as we got in session, I'd be fine. I feel like at this table, I'm just like, no, yeah, I know why I'm here. I'm still very imposter syndrome-y, but you know, everyone has that. I feel like at this table and like playing at Starfall, I've gained a lot more confidence. It's just a really interesting dynamic that we've had so far, and it really makes me excited for like more of the stories that we're going to tell in the future and episodes to come. And I mean, if it's going to be anything like how the Wild Runs were for all those 3 years, then fuck, I've got to buckle up and step up, because I feel like it's, no offense, lovely Wild Ones, I feel like this is going to be better. And yeah, I've just got good vibes, and a massive credit to the table and also massive credit to Patch as well, making everything just feel so easy and kind of like second nature as well.
I had the chance to potentially take a step back and just watch like the world of Rhódani happen to someone else at the table, but I chose to come back because I wasn't done yet, because this is one of those worlds that has been years in the making, which you can tell if you've ever seen an episode of Rhódani. You can tell how much heart is put into all of this, and that's why I didn't want to let it pass me by one more time. Like, 3 years I don't think was enough. If it's another 3 more, like, sign me up. This is the good shit. This is the comfort campaign, and I think it pretty much always will be. As far as a character like Cal, it's definitely a departure, not only because of the change in genders, but also I didn't write Cal with a huge amount of trauma in his backstory, which is a huge shock if anyone knows me and the history of my characters. So it's definitely a departure, but it's also like, Cal, I think, is one of the most well-adjusted characters I've ever played, in that he's got very little life experience, but at the same time, he's not really scared to enter, like, this new environments, all kinds of new environments, meeting new people, trying new things. Which, you know, and I told Maddie this the other day, but I think Cal is who I aspired to be. And I think whatever we may face, I'm here for the friendships at the table, when we're taking a break, outside of the table. It's too valuable to not, like, keep coming back, I think, for more.
So I'm playing something completely different from Mr. Timey. Race, class, personality. I can also tease that the other returning players, they've been challenged to play characters that are so far from their norms, but they're amazing at what they do, and I can honestly say that everyone's in for a treat. Rhódani is a setting that I've grown so curious for. Being invited back to explore it from the beginning of the campaign is such a privilege and an honor. It allows me to really play into a character that I can give all my energy to and resonate with people on levels, that I haven't quite done before. I want to explore a multitude of things with Jorak, and I want to be able to enable everyone on that table to get the best out of their characters too.
Patch came to me and asked me to be a part of Campaign 4. My dear old vamp dad and I have a bit of a problem with the imposter syndrome, if you know either of us well. And right before we got filming this particular campaign, if you're tuning in for the first time, you may not know, but I play a very chaotic, bipolar, crazy blue-haired Malkavian at Bridget's vampire table. And that character has been through the fucking ringer in all manner of speaking. So coming into Starfall, I wanted to do something different than what you have seen from me, because Lottie is just full of wonder and hope. And my favorite piece of Molly's art that she has done is a piece of Lottie where you can physically see that put onto the page. But I came in thinking, I'm not worthy of doing this. I'm not worthy of debuting the Celestomancy. Homebrew, when your DM is a wizard main, is terrifying as shit, in case anybody has any doubts. And I like to think my brain works like a wizard. I have no idea what I'm doing. We're just playing it by ear, and it works because some of the quirks that Lottie has plays into the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. I like to look like I know what I'm doing. I have no freaking clue 90% of the time. But sitting here with these supremely talented people that I get to be a party or have as my DM, Quest Junkie is my home away from home, where I get to hang out with my nerds and hang out with the family that I found and that I want to spend time with and be around and make me feel safe and happy and loved and all of those good things. I'm really trying not to be super sappy, but this campaign, it means a lot for a lot of different reasons. And looking at a character that is happy, Lottie is all the good pieces of me.
Starfall for me is a great way to start the week. First of all, when we hang out on Mondays, something to look forward to for the rest of Mondays forever is wonderful. And Talus is a unique character for me in that she's not a comfortable person to play. She's actually fully facing my fear of being the bad guy. I hate being the problem. I would never want to ruin someone's day, let alone their life. And I've always played characters that are very close to myself. And while they were diverse in their own ways, more often than not, I was trying to do good and be good. And while Talus is that, she believes that what she is doing is good. She knows, and I knows, that it is through violence and acts that are rather upsetting, that disrupt the norm, that stir the pot at the very least, if not are heinous crimes. So being able to, after a long week of being myself and having that sometimes be difficult to do, playing Talus and kind of using her as like exposure therapy, really, to, I know you're not supposed to, but come on, I do. I'm guilty of it, of therapizing my characters, being able to, one, be a tough, cool girl. She's tough as hell. I love her. But having these difficult conversations with people that previously cared for her very much and openly disappointing them is really challenging, but also really fun. And exploring the world and debuting the class of Magebreaker honestly comes with a lot of weight and honor with that as well. I think that's so badass. I think it's so cool knowing that every little character that we're playing has some seed of new to the world of Rhódania and to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. It's very cool. So yeah, Starfall means a lot to me in that way. And it's just another great way to hang out with my friends and know that that connection is still happening, even from all over the world. It's amazing.
There's a reason I am the note taker of the campaign. I have theorized and almost guessed 90% of campaign hooks that I have been a part of and have been accurate. There will be a romance down the line. Somebody's getting kissed. Who, where, what, when, how? Questionable.
Okay, legit theories. Someone's getting kissed. I know that in my heart. However, wherever, when, someone is going to be kissing someone else. Fingers crossed, man.
I mean, I don't doubt it with the table that I'm at, let's be real. All I'm going to say is we're going to go to the one place that capitalism hasn't reached yet. Space! Starfall, yeah, we're going to the stars, like Rhódania to the moon, like all the way.
I feel like there might be dungeons. I feel like there might be dragons. I think there's going to be a Wild One cameo. I think either Lottie or Talus has Warlock in them because they each have some sort of mentor which must have some sort of patronism. I think Dirac is going to get arrested and we're going to have to try and get him out. But I feel like he's going to be like either wrongly accused because he got like too drunk or something, or maybe he needs to go to AA. I don't know, maybe is there an AA in Rhódania? Now there is.
Off the top of my head, a star falling will kind of hold a clutch, if that makes sense, kind of like a Githyanki egg, and a new god will be born from a fallen asteroid or meteoroid. Something like that. So it could be several of them, it could just be one big one. I didn't imagine, like, PC-wise, NPC-wise, anybody attempting to scale Mount Calgos, but, like, you know, because I do think someone's getting kissed.
Thanks for watching this exclusive sneak peek of Tales of the Rhódani Starfall.
If you haven't done so already, subscribe to Quest Junkies. We're a fun lot. Like and subscribe and share to your pals.
You can subscribe if you want to. I believe in free will, and I think you have that right. We're an incredibly intimidating group of people, 0 to 100 real quick. But hey, if you're into that, get on over here, man. What are you doing?
We're Chaos Gremlins. If you enjoy chaos and gremlins and dice, what the fuck are you waiting for? There's a Discord server where we're pretty chill, and we're kind of awesome. YouTube, Twitch, things, you know, whatever. Fuck around and find out.
We've recently launched a membership option right here on YouTube where you can get exclusive early access to our latest content, plus some exclusive stuff that's not available anywhere else, for just one small payment every month. Quest Junkies is pretty much entirely funded by the community and the team's own personal pockets. So if you're in a position to help us out, every single donation goes a long way to helping us continue making the best content that we possibly can for the best community in the world, which is you guys. So if you can, hit that join button down there next to the subscribe button, which you've already hit and you've rung the bell for the notifications. I hate saying that, but you need to do it. It's the thing you've got to do, okay? So yeah, hit the button, become a Super QJ, and you'll get exclusive early access to our next shows. Things like Tales of the Rhódani Starfall, Curse of Strahd, Candela Obscura, The Circle of Wax and Wane, and all the exclusive bits of content that we are working on at this moment in time. So thank you for watching, and if there's anything else left to say, keep questing, QJs.